Hi everyone, Coach Fabi here, and welcome to a brand new video from my patio. What I want to talk about today is an issue that actually affects each and every one of us, and also something that we unknowingly contribute to, despite how harmful it can be. What is it? It's the culture of not enough. What I mean by this culture of not enough is really an idea that is as pervasive as it is rooted in perfectionism. We are taking all of our endeavors, all of our actions, anything that we're taking on, and comparing this to some kind of unattainable ideal. This is something that we do in terms of idealized family life, idealized relationships. This is something that comes in terms of body image, in terms of fitness. We create this ideal that we believe we must attain, and since we can't because it's an ideal, everything that we do in that pursuit we sort of disregard because it hasn't brought us to that unattainable state that we were aiming for. The problem with this is really twofold. On one hand, it's very personal. We get discouraged. We don't see our progress as achievement because we start seeing the end goal, or what we had envisioned as an end goal, as the only acceptable outcome of what we're doing. That's highly problematic. We can control some of our actions, some of our reactions, but outcomes are typically completely out of our control. And what happens then is that we, instead of celebrating every milestone that we hit, we start, undermining all the time. We downplay our achievements because they're not the big thing and the top, and along the way we lose motivation. I mean, let's face it, if we keep downplaying all the great things that we're doing, why exactly do we keep going? Why would we want to? The other side of the issue, which is even worse, is that, let's face it, there are people who have a lot to gain by cultivating the sense of not enough in ourselves. Because obviously we want to be enough. We want to do enough. And so we start looking for quick fixes. And that, my friends, is how a lot of people make a lot of money from our insecurities. Now, you may be listening and sort of nodding along, but do you realize how often you do this to yourself on a daily basis? Let me give you a couple examples. Let's say, I don't know, you just cooked a pretty great meal. What do you do? Do you sort of bask in the satisfaction that you've made something really good? Or do you start nitpicking, like, okay, yes, this is good, but it would have been better if I had this ingredient, or if I thought to do this instead, or see where I'm going? And sometimes it like downright stops us from acting in ways that are beneficial to us. One of the things I've been talking about a lot with clients recently is the sheer benefits and the super simple act of just going and taking a walk. So just take that idea. If your idea of going on a walk is, I don't know, finding some very beautiful nature trail and spending a whole hour there, I mean, sure, that's like absolutely awesome. But what if you can't go to the nature trail and spend an hour there? What if all you can do is walk around your neighborhood for, I don't know, 25, 30 minutes? Are you going to skip that because it's not measuring to your ideal? This is where it gets problematic, pervasive, and this is where we're sort of doing it to ourselves. What we need to start doing is celebrate. Celebrate, of course, our big achievements, but also cultivate the joy of good enough. You know, You made a meal that had protein and vegetables, and you know, even though it wasn't like Instagram worthy, it was still pretty cool. Good enough. You didn't really get to the gym today because stuff happened, but instead you managed to walk to the store instead of taking your car. You know what? Good enough. There's so many moments in life that we're missing out on because we're fixated with that idealized image of what they could be and believing that's what they should be. It's not. Good enough is where life happens, is where we get to cultivate joy and be really, really present. So here's to good enough. Are you with me? If you haven't done so yet, I urge you to sign up for my special crew. It's all free. You'll get tons of free information, free insight, free workouts, free recipes, free all kinds of things because I don't know, I'm sort of generous like that. And we talk a lot about all kinds of topics like these. So I hope that you'll join me for this. You will find how to do that in the description of this video, and I will talk to you very soon.